What's up guys, my name's Swords and today I'm going to show you some of my favorite hiding spots and climbing shortcuts I use to get around the map of World's Edge easier. Each of these spots is uncommon to the casual player, but sometimes can be used in situational scenarios in ranked. I figured it'd be easier to make a video on some of my favorite spots to save you guys the time of finding them yourself. When you're in a gunfight in Apex, the situation is constantly changing and sometimes it's best to hit your enemy where they expect you least or to run for your life and escape a losing fight. Watch this video all the way to the end so you can see every single one of these spots. You don't want to miss a thing. This is a pretty helpful video, so please like and subscribe so that you can let me know that you want more videos like this. I stream on Twitch and I love to chat with you guys, and we're always killing it on stream. So just stop by one stream, you'll love it. Alright, now on to the video. So, in Sorting Factory, if you take the jump tower to this giant wall, you can actually sit at the edge far enough that the countdown timer doesn't go off. Inside this building, if you climb the machinery at the center, you can jump on top of this pipe and crouch on it. It's possible the enemy won't see you here if you're quick enough. You can also go to the other pipe as well. Inside the J building at Sorting Factory, you can hide behind these tiny boxes. Outside, there's a tiny spot behind this big machinery that looks like a box. In the building where Forge was assassinated, you can climb atop these monitors. There's a little cubby space you can climb below these buildings in Sorting Factory. They're a dark space, so it's possible an enemy can miss you. At Thermal Station and Epicenter, there's an upper area with some support beams you can climb. You could use one of these spots to get a vantage point, drop on an unsuspecting enemy, or try to stay out of sight. Just climb up the walls on the side, and you'll be able to walk on the beams. This next spot is at Refinery, and it's a little tricky, but it's actually possible to climb and take the high ground here and maybe stay out of sight within this metal structure. Above each of these bigger doors at the center of Harvester, you can climb up past them onto these upper ledges. It's very exposed, but I've used this spot many times and gone without notice. In Train Yard, you can climb one of the metal structures onto the upper hanging train cars. If a team is expecting an attack from a zip line, it's always a nice alternative. Next to the vault in the tunnel by Train Yard, you can climb atop these upper yellow pipes in two different spots. The first is above these two blue containers, which is an easy spot to get to. The second spot is above the door vault, but you have to wall bounce off the wall onto the upper yellow pipes. Toward Geyser, there are a few places you can hide and rat away in by these yellow rocks closer to Sorting Factory. There's also another here by the tree. Now these next spots can be used universally across many buildings, so please pay attention. This is a nice spot for a crypto in these type of buildings, but you can also surprise a team here if they're not expecting you. A lot of these spots is usually you having to wall climb up onto a small ledge. You can climb up here and nobody ever looks up. You can also climb up here, and nobody ever looks up. You can even climb up here, and nobody looks up. And you can climb up here too. No one ever looks up. And now this is just a straight up good spot. You can shoot through this window from the back. Next up, let's look at some spots in Fragment and Skyhook. In this building with the plants, you can climb these plant lockers in the back. Trust me, people don't notice you. You can climb up the back of this balcony by wall climbing in this direction from this short wall. You can also climb up onto this balcony in Fragment by climbing the pole first. In this diner-like building, the quickest way to reach the roof from the floor is by climbing up this way. In this construction building, you can actually climb up all the way to the top from the side. You need to climb and move along the wall at the same time to pull this off. Try not to climb up the beams that stick out though, or it might mess up your climb. There's another way to climb up this building, but it's a little situational. It might be easier to climb on another side, but essentially there's a line of diagonal beams you can climb behind the elevators. You just need to get on top of the beam closest to the bottom to climb up. It's very situational. You may fall off the top down to that beam, or maybe you're a movement legend. You can apply the same climbing method to this other building as well. You can climb up to the balconies or climb up to the back. Inside the tunnel at Fragment, there are these tiny windows you can climb through. You can even lurk on the outside on these small ledges. You can bamboozle people like this, as I've done it many times. You can even climb up toward the top of the bridge this way. In Skyhook, under the sky elevator, there's a big circular room with a flat screen TV you can climb behind. When you climb up inside, you may have to jump to get further inside, then crouch to make it to the back. Also, another way to climb this building in Skyhook. This is also just another way to climb to the third level of this building. In this dark tunnel by Skyhook, there's a ledge you can climb up in the shadows. And finally at Survey Camp, here's a nice little vantage point on top of this crane. Thank you guys so much. It took a little while to put all these different clips together, but I appreciate every single one of you that made it this far. If you want to see me use these spots live on stream, please do me a favor and follow me on Twitch. And if you have a Twitter, please do me a solid and give me a follow, so you could help me get that much closer to becoming an Apex partner to bring you guys early content before anyone else. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Take it easy and peace out.